That's the sound of your spaceship flying through the cosmos at lightning speed. The Geth are plotting against all life in the universe, and the only thing standing between them and our electron-powered meat computers is you, the newly appointed Spectre, Commander Shepard. It ain't easy being a Spectre, and some days have you working up a gnarly thirst that can only be quenched by a galactic cocktail and a multicolored dance floor with some generic electronic music. The vast frontier of space can be desolate and perplexing, with one wrong hyper jump costing you an entire planet's worth of resources and riches in time and space fuel. But that's what we're here to prevent today. So come with me as we zip up our spacesuits and cross-examine the star systems to get to the bottom of this bewildering conundrum. What are the best bars in Mass Effect? All right, so our first bar here is the Citadel Embassy Bar, which I like to refer to as the Diplomats Club. I've never seen it referred to as that in the game, but I'd like to think that, you know, this is the place where the diplomats come to hang out and converse like they're in a little club. So let's go inside. Yeah, fairly plain, pretty neat, orderly. Kind of feels like an airport bar, like a transitory spot that you go to kill a little bit of time before you move on to your next destination. But this right here is my favorite part of the Citadel Embassy Bar. Is just the beautiful view of the Presidium right here. What a staggeringly large, majestic building. Building? Spaceport? You know, whatever. Here we have a great view of what I think is a hologram. Can't confirm that it's a hologram, but I don't think that the Citadel is planet side of anything. So any sort of a view of a sky or a city or an atmosphere, I think it has to be generated by whatever sort of hologram technology they got. We got spaceships, we got like warp technology. I'm sure that you could throw a fake sky up somewhere, no problem, easy peasy. Everybody here seems a little busy, you know. They seem like they're sort of focused on their work, and you know, like it's not really the best place to socialize. This isn't where I'm going to stop after work or anything when I want to unwind. But I'm sure it serves some sort of diplomatic or administrative purpose for the people that work in the Presidium. You chat with the bartender here for a second.
Hello, Commander.
Hey, pal, what do you got?
What have you got?
Information, mostly. Would you like to know about
information
some points of
mostly?
interest nearby?
Goodbye.
Are you serious right now? You got to be kidding me.
So long, Commander. Have a pleasant
What the heck
day.
is that supposed to mean? Information mostly? I'm here for a little pick-me-up. I don't need a tour of the Presidium. You guys got plenty of signs and a little holographic companion to point me in those directions. You don't even have like a lemon spritz back there or some club soda. You know, maybe like a soda gun with some Sprite, with Coke Zero or something. Come on now. That's a little disappointing. Over here we got the second balcony, which seems a little superfluous. There's not really there's a bunch of trees blocking the view. You're not getting any sort of panoramic vista over here, so I'm gonna chalk that one up as unnecessary balcony over there. Yeah, I mean, I don't see any bottles or glasses of any convincing kind behind the bar, but people seem to have like cans or something like that. But I don't know, as far as I could tell, they just brought those drinks from home. So yeah, that was the Citadel Embassy Bar. So I wanted to use this venue as sort of like a control group, but unfortunately the lack of alcohol is going to bring down the overall score. However, in concept, this is a perfect middle-of-the-road bar. Nice furniture, not too crowded, and a view of the Presidium that will just knock your socks off. A little bit of music or something might help this place feel less business and more casual. And you might want to consider stocking something behind the bar other than information mostly. So I'm going to give the Citadel Embassy Bar a 6.4. So the next bar that we'll be visiting is going to be Chora's Den. Chora's Den is located in the Wards location of the Citadel, and seems to be a place where a lot of military and CSEC go to spend their time when they're not on the job. So we're going to go over there, go take a little trip to the Wards locations. And let's Chora's Den. Chora's Den. Let's go there now. So here we are, Chora's Den. This is one of the Wards locations, and a location where a lot of missions take place. But we're here in a casual capacity. We don't have any agenda other than to see how good of a place this is to kick back and relax. So first off, we got the circular bar. We love a bar with a unique shape. I'm always a fan of a bar that is atypical shape, not a straight line. So that's definitely a plus. Pretty crowded in here. Now, obviously, this bar is of the gentleman's club variety, which is why we have all of the dancing Asari. Which, if that's for you, then this is the place where you would go to. So, good for you if that's you. Now, we got, definitely, I said it was crowded earlier. But there's also more loners in this bar than there are in some of the other ones across the Citadel, which is, kind of depressing, I think. Like, not a lot of socializing, more just like wallowing in shame and self-pity, which, not the best vibe if you want to like have your spirits uplifted. But again, if you hate yourself, then I guess this place is for you. Also, the blue and red lighting is definitely a choice. I would not come to this bar I wouldn't recommend this bar if you're photosensitive in any sort of way. Let's see what's in the back here. All right, so the back room, we've got a nice little office space. Looks like there was a bit of a kerfuffle here. And some people were scrapping in the back. But, that's none of my business. Probably be a good place to take a 3-martini lunch. Not that I'd know anything about that. You're looking a little stiff there, Shepard. At ease, Commander. All right, buddy. This is probably you don't really look like you want to be here. Let's move on. Yeah, I mean the music is a positive here. You got some sort of like deep house, super bassy sort of an electronic jam going on, which I think is pretty cool. Oh! Yeah, I think we got it about the gist of this place. So yeah, that was Chora's Den. Chora's Den is supposed to be the gentleman's club of the Citadel, where patrons of varying degrees of shadiness go to relax in the presence of Asari dancers. It's got a cool circular bar, which presumably has drinks, despite there being no bottles to be seen. And the music is good, but a lot of the loners seem depressed and or ashamed. The large presence of military and bounty hunters also add to a feeling of unease. Stop by if you want a private dance, but not if you suffer from epilepsy, because the blue and red lighting is an interesting choice. So I'm going to have to give Chora's Den a 7.2. So our final Citadel location is a little place called Flux. Flux is also located in the wards section of the Citadel, and I hear that there's a lot of cool stuff to do over there. So I'm excited to check that out. Aren't you? Anyways, so yeah, let's test our lucks over at Flux. Flux, let's go there now. Yeah, so here we are right outside of Flux. Flux is sort of the more popular nightclub in the wards locations, and I hear it's got a pretty good setup. It's got a pretty good thing going on for it. So let's go through the numerous sliding doors and make our way over there. All right. And again, some great music down here in the wards. It's way better lounging vibe than up in the Presidium locations, but I guess that's to be expected. So first of all, I noticed the super high ceilings, which I think does a lot of. It really makes you feel like you're in a classy place. You know, you get some 3-story high ceilings. Got lots of stuff going on in here. Great bar. I'm not familiar with any of the cocktails from the future, but it looks like they got a lot of stuff stocked behind the bar. Way more than the Chora's Den or the Embassy Bar. So that's looking good. And look at that vista. Again, I'm pretty sure it's a hologram. I don't think that the Citadel is planet-side anywhere. But either way, great choice. Whoever thought of this hologram, you got a great imagination, because it is quite a view, splendid view out there. The low lights here make the colors pop. I really feel like I'm in like a nightlife sort of an atmosphere. Got lots of people socializing. It's bubbling. It's fun. You know, I'm just kind of awkwardly meandering my way into people's conversations, but you know, I don't need to take a part of them to feel like I'm a part of the community. That's what we're all a big family here on the wards. That's what we say. We go like, "Hey, wards family." It's definitely a thing. We got the second, more secluded seating area in case you don't like being around other living organisms. But not me. I would probably be down closer to the bar where all the people are chatting, having fun. Seems like a more sociable area over there. But then again, being up second floor, you know, you get a little bit of a bird's eye view of the place. You know, I like that too. Pretty cool. All in all, I gotta say, pretty cool spot. And then over here, we have the Quasar gambling area, which for my taste is a little bit plain, a little feels kind of like those like off-track horse betting areas where you like watch horses race on a TV screen and bet on it while not being on the horse track. Like, for my own personal association, it's like a little disenchanting. But all things considered, I don't really think it's that bad. I've seen more dispiriting setups than the one we got right here. And quite frankly, Quasar is really not my kind of a game. So I might be a little bit biased in that respect. They don't have any chairs or tables or anything. You know, they're not prioritizing comfort in this area. They're like, this area is for Quasar. If you don't want a Quasar, then get the heck out of here, buddy. Quasar only. It does kind of feel like the Dave and Buster's portion of the bar. All right, let's make our way over to the dance floor. Let's see. I don't want to get in anybody's way here. This is a nice. It's a bit of just like a small little dance floor, but it's definitely a welcome addition. I think it actually rounds out the bar quite nicely. It really feels like they got everything here in Flux. Look, everybody's jamming out, having fun. Some of these people got some moves. And, you know, the people, they seem nice. They don't seem weirded out by the fact that I can't dance. Yeah, I feel like BioWare really fumbled it when they didn't give you a dance emote. That would have been the cherry on top for sure. But that's neither here or there. So yeah, that was Flux. Flux has a very relaxed and comfortable atmosphere. A bustling and glamorous venue with plenty to do and plenty of life forms to meet and network with. They have a nice bar, ample seating, gambling hall if that's your thing, dance floor, and a breathtaking view from its enormous windows, which may or may not be real. It's a good place to take someone who you're trying to impress, or just a place to unwind with friends. Just be careful with the Quasar machines. I think those things are rigged. So I'm going to have to give Flux a 9.4. So our last stop on our list is a place called the Noveria Hotel Bar. Noveria is off-world. It's on a completely different planet. Ooh, wow, intergalactic travel. That's a first for this channel. But yeah, so we're gonna have to hop in our spaceship and go into warp speed and hyperdrive, and we'll make our way over to the Noveria Hotel Bar. So I'm looking forward to that. And I think that it'll be a fun and interesting experience to, you know, stretch our legs and get away from the Citadel for a segment of this review. So let's throw that thing into warp speed, hyper drive, and yeah, we'll make our way over to Noveria, the Noveria Hotel Bar. Let's go there now. So here we are at the Noveria Hotel Bar. I'm going to take the elevator up and check this place out. Yeah, getting through security was a real pain here. I guess there's a lot of private corporate research going on that, you know, they don't want prying eyes to people that they don't want prying eyes prying into. But anyways, you know, here's the Noveria Hotel Bar. They got a cool little logo. Actually, I think that's the same logo from the dance floor in Flux. So I guess that's I don't know if they're associated in any way. But anyways, we got a nice large room. Very casual, very relaxed. Kind of. Yeah, it's a relaxing little spot, you know. Probably a nice place to get into the zone, grab a coffee before you got to get to work. Is that a 5 or an S? I can't tell. Oh, I don't know. I like the logo though. I think that all of the windows outside, you can't see any kind of vista of the planet, any sort of nice scenery. But I think the blizzard-like conditions that are outside of every window that you can see from the hotel bar really contributes to the cozy feeling that you get in here. You know, you're like, woo-wee. At least I'm not suffering out in the cold out there. I'm sure the armor is temperature controlled or something, but still, it makes you glad that you're not out in that snow over there. They seem to have like a brutalist style of architecture here, which I think is kind of cool. It's a little bit cold. It's a little bit corporate. But I feel like it's kind of juxtaposed by all the waterfalls and rock gardens, which is like a little more zen. And I think both of those things, the brutalism and the zen, are like minimalist. So they kind of meet in the middle at that juncture right there. Brings a little bit of life to an otherwise boring room. You go like these guys must have got a discount on concrete because this is the concrete planet or something like that. You got a nice little soda machine where you can get your coffee or your Coke Zero, whatever beverage you use to start the day. And another rock garden. It'd be nice if they gave you like one of those little rakes that you could use to like draw little patterns in the sand of the rock garden. I feel like that would be good for morale. That's something that corporations are always talking about. They're like, what's good for company morale? You're like, get them those little Zen garden rakes. Did you ever think about that? Probably not. I'm available for contract work if you're deep space corporate planet that is looking for some consulting work. You can contact me in the comments. I gotta say the all of the holograms around like the rocks and stuff, it's kind of growing on me. I do feel like I'm in some sort of like like modern art project or something like that. It's a nice aesthetic. I like it. No mention of an actual name, by the way. Everybody just calls it the Hotel Bar. So I'm assuming it's just the Noveria Hotel Bar. It would be cool if they did name it. I would name it something like the 8 Ball. I don't know. I'm not good at naming things. The Fiveler. The 5 or the S spot. Is it the 5 spot or the S spot? And up here we have another waterfall rock garden lounge area. It's cozy, it's pleasant, but it's not very comfortable. I guess the corporate side of this of this establishment really want people to get back to work. They don't want people spending all their whole workday lounging in the hotel bar. So I think that is, it's going to take away from the overall enjoyability of this place, but not too bad. And the patrons, I think, because of that, I think the patrons are like kind of not very sociable. They're a bit consumed by their work. Not a lot of people like, hey, what's going on? It's not the kind of place where you want to meet people. But yeah, let's get out of here. That's the Noveria Hotel Bar. The Noveria Hotel Bar is about the most welcoming place on this corporate refuge, which isn't saying much, but I don't hate it. The rigid, brutalist architecture is contrasted by zen rock gardens and waterfalls, which gets tied all together by the futuristic holograms, completing a thematic trifecta that runs in 3 different directions, but still seem to work together. The clientele seem busy and wrapped up in their work, so it's not the best place to meet people, but it's worth checking out if you have business in the area or are a galactic bar hopper such as myself. I'm going to have to give the Noveria Hotel Bar a 7.6. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this episode on the Bars of Mass Effect. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave suggestions in the comments. Drink responsibly. And I'll see you all in the next one.
Who lie about what seems to be? You think the earth is red? You're in the palm of someone's hand, and that's why I love